Hey, what is up guys, it is SilverSun here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my review on the Dragon Ball Super episode 113. Alright, so this episode kicks off right where the last one did, to where Khalifa basically saves Goku from the little robots that were trying to attack him. And so basically she powers up Super Saiyan 2, and she's pretty much asking Goku if she can go even further beyond into a Super Saiyan 3, and pretty much Goku agrees to it if she can beat him, and basically they proceed to fight. Meanwhile, Kale's pretty much like hiding behind a rock, like kind of close to them, to where they are. She's not really doing much at the moment, but pretty much we cut on off to Champa and Beerus, and basically Champa's, obviously cheering on Khalifa, basically telling her to go at it and like knock Goku off and stuff like that. And pretty much Champa's just explaining, um, like it doesn't matter like how powerful like the Warriors are, as long as they have the most by the end of the tournament, then they're gonna win. And pretty much Beerus, well, right before that actually, Beerus tells Champa that like, hey, what about Jiren? Goku's pretty much like the only one that could like compete with him and stuff like that. So you still have that to worry about. And then Champa's basically like, it doesn't matter as long as we, stay till the end, and as long as we have the most warriors, then we should be good. And so basically, we go on back to the fight with Goku pretty much in his base form combating a Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla, and he seems to be doing pretty good until Khalifa actually starts fighting back a bit, and she's pretty much improving as the fight goes on, kind of like Hit in a way, but basically, she's combating Goku, kind of blow for blow at this point, until Goku pretty much, does like a few of the, techniques that he's had for the longest time, like the, after image technique, and I think a few instant transmissions here and there, and that pretty much, was what gave him the edge in their little fight. Is that Goku obviously has more experience than Khalifa, while Khalifa, is kind of new to, all this power and like being a fighter and stuff like that. But that still doesn't mean she's out of the fight. She held her own pretty well, but in the end, it pretty much just got chalked up down to who's the better fighter, and obviously that's Goku. So as they're fighting, they're both basically getting more and more powerful, getting more excited and whatnot. And pretty much their fights basically affecting other fighters as well, and they're pretty much like fighting throughout the arena and stuff like that, and basically causing all kinds of commotion until basically they stop for a second, and pretty much Goku saying that, oh, Khalifa's really powerful and stuff like that, that she might even go beyond the Super Saiyan 3 at some point. And so basically he kind of asks Kale to join in the fight, and basically she does, and so it's pretty much 2-on-1 at this point with Kale and Khalifa versus Goku, and pretty much Goku's fighting off both of them. And they do a pretty good job at first. They're pretty much pushing him back for the most part, until pretty much he powers up to Super Saiyan 3, but he doesn't really do anything with it. He just kind of like powers up and then powers back down, which I do have to add, like it was a really good scene. Like when he powered up, like it looked really uh what would you call it? Like it looked really good, basically, for lack of a better term. Art and animation in that one sequence just looked great. In my opinion, looked really solid. As far as the whole episode, it was pretty good. Like a few wonky, uh, well, I don't know about faces, but like, like placements and like just the way their bodies look. They're like or how some of their faces look just look kind of off at some parts, but it's all good. It's whatever. But pretty much after Goku, basically powers down from Super Saiyan 3, giving them a little sneak peek basically, until Kale pretty much transforms into her berserker state, pretty much, and it was pretty funny. Like when she transforms, like all the rocks and stuff like that were like flowing up and stuff like that. It was a pretty okay transformation, a little bit of reused animation on that last part, but it's all whatever. But basically, when she powered up, Khalifa was standing right next to her, got blown back, and everything just started like going off and stuff like that. All the rocks and whatnot were flying everywhere, and Goku was barely phased by it. A rock was coming at him, and he just knocked out of the way like it was nothing. He was pretty much unimpressed. And so pretty much at this point, Khalifa's I mean, not Caulifla, Kale's Super Saiyan Berserk, and everybody's like freaking out, like, oh no, what's gonna happen? And then so pretty much Goku's ready, in the Super Saiyan 2 form, ready to fight on. Kale is pretty much in her Berserker form, and that's pretty much where the episode ends. But as far as this episode goes, I thought it was pretty good. Like not too much else other than just Goku fighting Kale and Caulifla. Not too much else going on because like usually in the other episodes and stuff like that, aside from Goku versus Urien, basically. I mean that was obviously like 2 episodes dedicated to their fight, but other than that, basically like we've had like all these like different cuts, like other fights happening and stuff like that all throughout the tournament. But here was just these three fighting each other, but it was still a pretty enjoyable episode nonetheless. I'm actually kind of glad that like neither one of them got Super Saiyan 3 in this episode, because if they did, then I feel like that would have just ruined it. Like even at the end of the episode, like I feel like they're not ready for that just yet. I feel like that they should get that form after the tournament, or at least like maybe at the very end of the tournament or whatever, but not now, not like at the halfway point basically. Um, but judging by the episode preview, it looks to be a very, very interesting episode next episode, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But for right now, I thought this episode was pretty good. Nothing really too horrendous in my opinion. It was a pretty good episode, and I don't really have any gripes with it, to be honest. I can't wait for the next episode. But yeah, tell me what you guys thought of this episode. Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Do you wish we could have seen some other fights as well as this fight go on? Do you wish that like one of the Universe 6 Saiyans could have powered up even more? Do you think that they should have gotten Super Saiyan 3 at this point, or do you think that they should hold off until later in the arc or after the arc or whatever? Just comment something down below. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my review. And until the next one, guys, Silver Sun is out.